What's up, everyone? Welcome back to Final Fantasy 16. In the last episode, we advanced the storyline in Dalamil. Now we're outside Dalamil in the southern Belcroy Desert. We need to head to the objective. Follow the crystal. I did fight some of the enemies around here, but I didn't go too deep into the southern part. Nice. I got some goblin coins there. Anything down here? Nope, nothing over there. It won't run if I have that, if it's charged. There we go, now he's running.
Turn around, friend. There's nothing back there but a pack of bloodthirsty beasts.
Well, good, I want to go and fight him. Yeah, we can't go that way right now. Ah, there is an item down here. I kind of figured there would be. Alright, let's go to the destination now.
I'll take it from here.
I was beginning to think you weren't coming, my lord. You've brought your contribution?
All the silver and stones I could scrape together at such short notice?
You brought the whole 500 talents.
That was the price we agreed upon, yes? If you've no objections, I'd like to see the crystal.
Of course. Right this way, my lord.
Not bad at all. You weren't lying about the clarity. But what of security? If I were to be stopped on the road, what guarantee have I that it wouldn't be seized as property of the Republic?
Because these crystals are no longer the property of the Republic. You're not buying from us. You're buying from them.
And we have no more jurisdiction here than you, my lord. But we have ships, and will gladly deliver to a port of your choosing, now that our price has been met.
Royalists, eh? What brings you here?
Why, to collect their share of Drake's Fang's blessing, of course. Our nations are allies, and so they are entitled to a portion of the Mother Crystal's bounty. And being such good friends, we elected to increase that portion and share the benefits. And now that these crystals are officially property of the Kingdom of Waloed, we are duty-bound not to interfere, no matter where they might happen to end up next.
Did you get all that? They're in cahoots!
So it would seem.
My lord, what is the meaning of this?
Double-crossing dogs. They're not here to do business.
Hey, we're here to take you out, fool.
Kill them both.
Take you all out.
Not over yet, Uncle. Good. I'm just getting warmed up.
Just annihilate him. Oh, they got chocobos. There we go, got him. That was pretty easy. 300 EXP, 466 skill, and 90 ability points. 12 shark fangs, 40 steel silk, and 4 magic ash.
Well, that wasn't too bad. How'd you like my performance, huh? I've often played the villain on the stage. I think I did the role justice. Don't you?
Greybeard, you were magnificent. The battle scene was particularly thrilling. Such a shame you didn't have more of an audience, but perhaps that's for the best.
How long have you been watching?
Long enough to witness your uncle's sordid transaction. I hardly expected one so venerable to degrade himself so thoroughly, buying one's way into the confidence of degenerates. Ingenious.
This was the trouble you spoke of. The men of the Rock taking crystals meant for the common folk and conspiring with the royalists. Well, now it's over.
Indeed it is. The people of Dalamil had scarcely any means of redress against Kupka's men, let alone a foreign army. Until you two came along, that is.
All the crystals.
Well, we'd better get these crystals back to town. You won't mind waiting with them while I fetch a wagon.
Sometime later.
It occurs to me that I still don't know your name.
Clive.
So, Sid the Second is a Clive. I suppose it could have been worse. Well, Clive, you held up your end of the bargain, so I must do the same. Passage through the South Gate, was it not? To tell the truth, you've helped a little there too. Many of the guards have already been redeployed to deal with the issue of their missing comrades. and those left behind have been encouraged to look the other way should you attempt to pass through.
Thank you. And please allow me to cover your costs. You still have the purse I gave to the soldiers, I trust? I saw you pluck it from one of the bodies.
Oh, dear. Was I really so obvious?
And my name is not Greybeard. It is Lord Byron Rosfield, thank you very much.
No, thank you very much, Greybeard.
Double the... Ugh!
Well, he technically does have a gray beard, so
Wear this.
who cares if you're old, dude? Desert Rose. Okay. I've already got many of those.
With it shall be a friend of yours.
Thank you, Lubor.
And please, feel free to send one of my Stoluses back to your people. Tell them that Rosina Dalamil is back in bed with Cid.
It's one of those owls again from earlier on in the game. It's got a crystal on its forehead. I guess they deliver messages or whatever.
I'm trusting you, Cid. Or should I say, Clive. So be sure not to let me down. I have a reputation to uphold.
Whatever you say, bro. Kiss my white American ass.
Well then, I wish you a safe journey south.
Thank you.
Should help me sooner, bro.
Not at all. It was my pleasure.
Come on, Uncle. Let's go.
That's the goal. Quest complete. 300 EXP, 1080 gil, and 15 renown.
You wish to talk? I'm honored.
Ask about Lubar.
You
Lubor
and I.
have more in common than you might think. Not only are we both masters of the blade and devilishly handsome to boot, but we are both the second people to bear our respective names. You didn't think Rosina Dalamil was my own intention, did you? It was the name of my master. I inherited it from her, along with her title and her smithy. Ensuring that her name lived on was the least I could do after all she did for me. She plucked me from the streets and put my less than nimble fingers to work, making blades instead of trouble.
Alas,
She was to leave my life suddenly and unexpectedly as she had entered it. I swore to follow in her footsteps that I might change others' lives as she had mine. That is why I keep her forge alive, why I play the desert hare, why I care for the orphans of Dalamil. Indeed, I had thought my obligations to Renz and Draika to be my most pressing concern. That is until the infamous Cid made a surprise reappearance, rather muddied the waters. I suppose there's enough for me to go around, but do forgive me if the desert hare isn't always at your beck and call, won't you? Ask about the Dalamil Inn.
ours is a blessed corner of the Velcroy.
A veritable oasis with clear running water and natural hot springs. I don't doubt that people have been gathering here since long before the founding of the Republic. Since it was founded, they've been gathering in even greater numbers to serve the needs of the miners who work Drake's Fang and the soldiers who guard it. And serve them they did, lining their coffers far from the prying eyes and grasping fingers of the Republican excisemen. Not that edicts from Rendella carry much weight in these parts. Dalamil has long been something of a law unto itself. Here those with the most money or the most friends make the
At
rules.
least they did.
Until Kupka built that castle of his at the heart of the Mother Crystal. Dalamil has been Titan's fiefdom since then. And while his men may be liberal with their coin, they're anything but in the exercising of their authority, which, as I'm sure I don't need to tell you, is absolute. So you see why those with the people's best interest at heart look it upon themselves to organize their own protection, my predecessor chief among them. Ask about the crystal trade
How very fitting.
that the noble soldiers of Dalmacia and Walid, partners in arms on so many battlefields, should also become partners in crime. Still, the merchants of Dalamil will be relieved to see them brought to justice. Many have been driven almost to ruin for want of crystal. I'm sure they would all be rushing to thank you for the service you have done them, if, of course, they had any idea what you had done. As long as we remain reliant on the power of the crystals, we leave ourselves open to such exploitation. People are such greedy, needy creatures.
No other way.
Clive, you must bring down each and every Mother Crystal in the twins and put an end to the people's thoughtless dependence upon them. Do try not to disappoint me.
Don't be a
All right.
stranger.
So we got side quests to do. Carving out a niche. Okay. Do that one first.
Forged a butter knife before.
Alright, the next side quest we're going to be doing is here in Dalamil, carving out a niche. Let's talk to Sava here.
Perhaps Forge Master Luber's having fun at my expense.
I wouldn't put it past him.
Neither would I. Oh, wait. Are you Clive? Sorry, my mind was elsewhere. I'm Sava, Master Luber's least accomplished apprentice. Soon to be former apprentice if I don't pass this test. Maybe I'm just not the resourceful type. People are buying up weapons faster than the Briar's Kiss can forge them, and here I am, unable to make a decent bit of kitchenware. He wants me to make a carving knife, one that embodies the spirit of Dalamil. Whatever that's supposed to mean. I don't suppose you have any idea what he's on about, do you?
I'm afraid not.
Never mind. Thought I'd ask. It was that or pack my bags.
I could give you a hand.
I could give you a hand if you like. I know how busy the Briar's Kiss has been, and that Lubor needs all the capable hands he can find.
I'd be a fool to refuse.
So, where do we start?
Good question. If I'm honest, I've never made any kind of knife before. And then there's this little riddle to keep in mind. The spirit of Dalamil. Nothing is ever simple with that man.
The way I see it, there's only one way we'll be solving Lubor's puzzle. We need information. The more the better.
You're right. There's no point fumbling in the dark, I suppose. Now, who to speak to first? Well, there's plenty of folk in Dalamil who use knives for a living. There's the butcher, of course, and any number of cooks. They're bound to have an opinion or two about the tools of their trade. All right. I think we have a plan. Let's get to it, shall we? I'll talk
All
to
right.
every cook I can find. You speak to the butcher, and anyone else you can think of.
All right. Good luck.
Let's hope that someone says something useful.
Quest accepted. Carving out a niche.
Trust Lubor to take a simple test and turn it into a riddle. I better get to it.
Oh, we will.
Carpets sir. What can I do you for?
A question. If
For
you-
free.
I need to know what makes a good carving knife.
You a blacksmith or something?
Something, I suppose.
Fair enough. Knives, is it? First and foremost, it's got to hold an edge. Most knives will make it through fat, no problem, but sinew dulls cheap steel in no time. Give me a blade which can slice through anything that crosses my chopping block, and I'm a happy woman.
So a knife that stays sharp. Makes sense.
Put a knife with an edge like Odin's razor in my hand, and I'll make short work of any carcass.
Yeah. Good luck getting a hold of something like that. Alright, so we gotta speak to one other townsperson here.
Everything I've worked for.
I bet it's a quest.
The baths are, closed for scrubbing.
Ah, they've opened the gate.
Lubor was true to his word.
Yeah, but we're in the middle of a side quest right now, so screw that.
Look, Father. Hot water.
Hot water.
I'll be asking for you again, my sweet.
I have no clue where this person is, but
1,000 gil for a measly bunch of dissolved.
maybe upstairs, maybe.
Fucking men of the rock.
I need to drink. You're going to drink my pockets dry, then just stop.
Is it true what I'm hearing?
It would make a fine.
Not sure where the other person is we gotta talk to.
To a silken softness.
Lights and pots! Bowls and basins!
Just look at the detail. The craftsmanship. Sweet incense. What candle?
Maybe over here. Let's go over here. Nope, nobody here. Weird. I don't know if it's... maybe we gotta talk to the person that gives me the hot water quest. I don't see anybody else to talk to. We went upstairs, so... so maybe we gotta talk to this guy.
Everything I've worked for. Ruined.
It doesn't make sense, though. I would... we have to talk to another quest giver.
Baths are, closed for scrubbing.
This town is truly blessed. The bustling markets, the healing waters, and all under the watchful eye of Lord Corel, who stands ready to crush any.
I don't know who else to talk to then.
Fresh bread, warm from
Not
the
that guy.
Have a taste.
Maybe we do gotta talk to him. But I'll accept the quest first, I guess.
All those years of toil. Every coin I've ever earned is tied up in this place.
Are you alright?
The baths are closed. Leave me be. On second thought, perhaps you are just what I need. Might your services be for hire?
That depends on the job.
I'd have you save my business, the baths. The water's turned scalding hot and all the crystals in Dalimil wouldn't be enough to cool it. I've no doubt that my woes stem from the water's source. But I can't go and investigate for fear of my customers thinking I've abandoned the place.
I'm bound to these baths in more ways than one. I beg of you. Go to Dusnoff Terraces. Tell me what you find there.
Alright.
All right. I'll go and take a look.
Wonderful. It's not far. Leave the market by the south gate. The smell of sulfur will guide you the rest of the way. These baths are all that keep me from an ignoble end in a debtor's prison. My livelihood, my very life, is at stake.
Quest accepted. Hot water.
In all my years tending the baths, I've never known anything like this to happen. Please, find out what's gone wrong.
The baths are, closed for scrubbing.
Yeah, I'm not really sure where this person is.
I'll be asking for you again, my sweet.
Then you stay a little longer.
Unless I'm blind or something.
It's all the fault of this blasted war. The moment they find out... If you can't even fill my cup, you're...
Alright, here. Here's the person right here.
What is it? I'm in no mood for chatter.
Sorry. Do you mind if I ask your trade?
Hunter, why?
I have a question. Can you tell me what makes a good carving knife? I assume you use one out in the field.
Has to be able to put up with some punishment. Can't be dealing with a brittle blade, not while I'm on the hunt. If your knife snaps every time you use it, you'll be spending coin as fast as you make it. Times are hard enough as it is.
Thank you. I won't keep you any longer.
All business, eh? Man after my own heart.
So, a carving knife should be hard-wearing and hold an edge. Hardly a revelation. Let's hope Sava had better luck than I did.
Don't you see I'm busy? Unless you'd like a closer look at my knives.
Alright, let's head back. Maybe complete the quest. If not, we might have to do something else.
Made from the stoutest stoneware.
Take a sniff, good sir.
The finest fabrics.
So, how'd it go? You learn anything useful, or should I be looking for a new trade?
Only that a blade should be durable and stay sharp. But I don't see how that relates to the spirit of Dalamil.
I didn't have much luck either. All the cook said was that he needs his knives to be light. Too heavy and they do his shoulder in.
So we're no better off than when we started. Perhaps Lubor didn't mean anything with his Dalamil remark. But that can't be right. I've bandied enough words with the man to know that he chooses them carefully. No. We must be missing something. Something right in front of our noses, most likely.
No doubt you're right, but I have to make a start soon. I can't put off making this knife forever.
Agreed. Lubor wouldn't like that much.
Right. I've been trained to work iron. The cheap stuff, mind. But it's hardy enough if you don't hammer it too thin, and it sharpens up nicely with a bit of effort. Trouble is, it's either durable or it's light. Meaning someone is going to be disappointed. Forge Master Lubor, probably.
Is there no one else you can turn to? Someone who knows their metals, perhaps?
The other apprentices know better than to help me with my test. But maybe there is someone I could turn to. A merchant, a favourite of Forge Master Lubor's, who sells metals to tradesmen passing through the Valcroy. I bet she'd know a thing or two.
Alright, next destination. Search the Valcroy Desert for the metal trader, okay. So we have to go back. Okay, let's go in the desert then. Head on over there. We're here in Tatooine.
Any luck? Or will you be needing help with your bags?
Well, I asked her, but... you tell him.
If you're looking to make a knife that will impress a master like Lubor, there are options. They're just not that viable. Featherlight adamantite knives will get passed from generation to generation, never needing so much as a lick of the whetstone. But adamantite ore is unique to ash, so it doesn't come cheap.
And it's beyond my skill to handle.
Unique to ash. Are there any materials unique to Dalamil? Something which could be mixed with iron to refine it. Make it lighter.
What are you getting at?
You said that Lubor trained you to work iron. Then that's what he'll expect you to use. But he would have known that it would either be too heavy or too brittle for a carving knife. Perhaps his Dalamil remark wasn't a riddle, but a hint.
If it's cheap metal you're using, then there's always limestone, I suppose. Folk first settled Dalamil to get at her mineral deposits. And, if you know the trick, it can be melted down in the furnace to drive out impurities from low-quality iron.
Bloody hell! That must be it! I don't suppose you know the trick, do you?
It's hardly my speciality, but I've been around enough blacksmiths to know how it works.
Looks like I've got some learning to do. Clive, I hate to ask after all that you've done for me, but...
The limestone? Fine. I can hardly abandon you now. Besides, I want to know if this is the answer to Lubor's little riddle.
I can't thank you enough, Clive. You'll have no trouble finding limestone over in the terraces. The place is bloody made of it.
Then I suppose I'll meet you back at the forge.
Right you are. I'll see you shortly. So, do you crush it?
Okay, now we need to go down there. Alright.
Back to the stables, girl.
Is it true what I'm hearing?
It would make us fine.
Needed to a silken softness. Just look at the hanging lanterns. Keep the darkness from your...
Finally, we'll be able to...
See if I need to buy some more potions or not. Nope, okay.
We should get going soon. Do you have water?
Gotta head over here. Oops, cutscene though. For the story, so let me cut this out of the side quest.
I'm not too late.
What is it, Lubor?
A question that I neglected to ask earlier. Where is it that you're bound?
To Drake's Fang. To finish Hugo Kupka.
Just as I thought. Then allow me to share a secret. Drake's Fang is currently riddled with royalists. Tolmeki and Waloed are allies, and as you've seen, their soldiers work hand in glove. But no nation has ever before allowed a foreign army to make a barracks of its holiest of holies.
Not by choice, at least.
And there's more. A man on the inside of the Fang has failed to report for several days. I fear there may be more trouble lying in wait for you on the road ahead.
Isn't there always?
If you're determined to beard the lion's den, then promise me one thing. That you will enter via the mines, where the guard is lightest. I've lost one Cid already. If I lose another, people will start to think me careless.
I don't plan on dying. Not before Kupka does, anyway.
Well, so long as you have a plan.
Alright, back to the side quest. Right over here.
Drake's Fang should be just beyond these springs. Shall we press on?
No, we're completing the side quest, bro. Yeah, there's bombs over there.
One rock looks a lot like another. But hopefully... this is what Sava needs.
I could just fast travel over here too. Be easier because he's like right there by it. Instead of having to run all the way back, right?
Is it true what I'm hearing?
I wasn't sure how much you'd need, but I hope this is enough.
3 spring lime.
You are one of the good ones, you know that. You and that merchant both, she's got quite a gift for teaching that one. Now, time to see if limestone is the secret weapon we were hoping for.
Sometime later.
That'll do, I reckon. A knife forged from the very rocks of Dalamil. A spirit, if you will.
It's a fine-looking blade.
I only hope Master Lubor agrees.
That sounds like my cue. And just as well. I was getting tired of waiting.
I'm sorry, Forge Master Lubor.
Let's take a look then, shall we? First things first, Sava, do you think this is a carving knife worthy of the fine people of Dalamil?
I'd like to think so. But what do you think?
What do I think indeed? It's sharp-ish, but it won't last long with hard use. And it's heavy, heavier than it should be. You might not think it just to hold it for a moment, but sell that to a cook and you'll never hear the end of it. It looks like someone paid a visit to the terraces. The limestone was a step in the right direction, granted, but one that still leaves you short of the mark.
And I was so certain I had it all worked out.
I don't know who you found to teach you that little trick, but it certainly shows initiative. Next question. How much do you think I would charge if I'd made this?
Well, if it took you even a fraction of the time it took me, I would say you could demand a heavy purse.
And who would be able to pay that? Hmm? The butcher? The hunter? The cooks over at the inn? Dalamil is home to humble traders, not wealthy lords and ladies. Rule number 1 in any business, Sava, know your customers.
Yes, Forge Master.
This is just about passable. But only just. I'd say you're worth keeping around a little longer. Starting tomorrow, you'll have an anvil of your own.
I will. Thank you. I was wondering, what would you do if you were asked to forge a carving knife?
I'd do what I always do. Ask who it's for. If it was for the butcher, I'd make sure it holds an edge. For the hunter, I'd make it as tough as Titan. For the cook, light as a feather. And for the nobleman, I'd make it cost an absolute fortune.
There goes a master, all right.
It looks like congratulations are in order.
I couldn't have done it without you. So much for the Forge Master's riddle, though, eh? The spirit of Dalamil had nothing to do with limestone or anything much at all. Meaning, I had you run around for no good reason.
You've passed your test. That's all that matters. You'll have a forge of your own in no time.
And when I do, I'll craft you the finest carving knife you have ever seen.
Quest complete. Carving out a niche. 200 EXP, 1080 gil, 10 renown. And you also get a goblin coin which sells for 800, so technically you get 1880 gold or gil. And that's it for that side quest. Alright guys, that'll be it for this episode. Thank you guys for watching. Stay tuned for the next episode. Later.